Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Airport CEO. Welcome back to what will one day be Belfast City Airport. It's currently an airfield. It is nothing more than an airfield, but it does have 5 general aviation stands. It is technically making money, and things are therefore technically going quite well, which is always good. It's always good when things are going well. I can't complain too much about things going well at the moment. Now today, we are going to be continuing to follow along with the tutorial, with the guidelines, and we're going to be continuing to build up this airport or this airfield into an airport, which is actually the next thing that we need to do. We need to build ourselves a terminal foundation of at least 20 by 15 in size. But before we do that, I want to do some measuring because I want to see just how big 20 by 15 is. So 15 is about there. I was hoping it would be a little bit smaller than this. I'm a little disappointed. It is as chunky as it is right there, but I guess that's okay. That's just going to be the way things are. So 20 by 15, I'm honestly thinking I might just go like this. 40 by 15. It's $600,000. It's a lot of money, but I'm thinking I might do it anyway. I might also move the avgas thing because it's ever so slightly in a bad spot. So what I'm thinking we'll do is go down to aircraft infrastructure. We'll go to this thing. And honestly, I don't really know where exactly to put it. I'm thinking honestly right about here is probably not a terrible spot for it. So we'll go ahead and get that built and then bulldoze the existing one, because then what I can do is I can sort of place the terminal nice and central in here and not worry too much about the avgas thing. I'm also going to have to go and get rid of some of these service roads and probably some of these fences, but that's less of an issue. So what we'll do is just something like this right here. It's going to be 43. I don't know if it's central or not, though. I guess it being 43 gives us, what's that, 20, there's 21 on either side, and then there's one spot in the middle that's the middle of this building. This is not going to be symmetrical. It's not going to be aesthetically pleasing. I can tell you that right now, but we're going to do 43 by 15 right about there. And I'm also going to do a little section on this side and a little section on this side just to fill up the space, just to build something that's going to look kind of interesting. Now there is what is this? An aviation fuel truck attempted to deliver fuel. Hold on. What was that? Attempted to deliver aviation fuel to a fuel depot, but no connected vehicle checkpoint exists. It does though. We have this right here. Can I request extra fuel, please? So you're coming in, you're doing your thing, you're going over and leaving. Why are you leaving? Why are you leaving is okay. Okay. I'm starting to think that this is not in a good place. Is what I'm starting to think. I'm thinking I might have to move this again. So we'll go ahead and put it right about there this time and then get rid of you. And we'll see how that plays out. Hopefully that works out a bit better for us. It would be nice if the aviation fuel trucks would actually operate, but whatever, I guess. We can be patient. We can get this thing built. Let's just have a little bit of a look at the tutorial. So it is, what is this? Place at least 1 bus stop and 1 car drop off and make sure they connect to a public road. Okay. Okay. So this is where things are going to change up a little bit. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we get rid of this entire section of road and all of the fences along there as well. I don't necessarily love doing this. I'm not 100% sure how this is going to work or how this is going to look, but we're going to give this a shot. We're going to take out all of that road and all of that fence. And then this is where we're going to try and put like car drop-offs and things like that as well. We'll see if it ends up being good or bad or anything in between. I've honestly got no idea, but I'm excited to give it a shot. I'm also thinking I probably could have kept some of the fences and done something a little bit like that right there, which is fine. We can just go ahead and replace those little sections of fence right there, and this one as well, and that one right there. So that'll keep us pretty good. This thing still hasn't been built, which is a little bit disappointing, but it's not necessarily the end of the world. And I suppose now we can go to infrastructure and transportation. And what is it we needed? We needed a bus stop, a car stop, a taxi stop. I don't remember what it was. It was a bus stop and 1 car drop off. So, I mean, a bus stop looks like this. And I'm kind of thinking that what we can do with the bus stop is maybe have the buses, oh man, let's do 1, 2, 3. And let's do, oh, it doesn't line up nicely though. Oh no! Oh, they don't line up nicely at all. Wait, no, hold on. I slightly screwed up there. It's on me. It's on me. I thought it was gonna line up. It doesn't, it's fine. So what we need to do is we need to go and we need to get those bus stops again. 1, 2, 3. And then we want to go 1, 2, 3. And I'm hoping I can do something a little bit clever here, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Actually, looking at this, I've done it wrong again. Let's just go with 4 bus stops for the time being. And then let's do infrastructure transportation. We've got these taxi stops that can kind of go this way. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's do, I guess, the car stops. Sort of 1, 2, 3, 4. I might want more of them. I might want to do that, and I might want to do the same with the taxis as well. So there, and maybe another couple of bus stops there and there. It's not exactly perfect, but it's good enough. And right now, good enough is good enough. So that's going to be the layout. And then I guess for the vehicles and the public roads, we can do this. We can bring this straight through, bring this straight down. And honestly, my thinking is that that should be a series of one-way roads. I think traffic should have to sort of come in and then like go around, but then it will be overlapping each other. If I have them come in this way, it's going to cut across there, but I think that might be better if traffic actually has to come in on this side and sort of cut back. I don't know. I don't really know if this is a good idea, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Here's what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna do this right over to here. We're gonna do this right over to here. Bring this guy down, bring that guy down. And let's just see what happens. Let's just see how that plays out. It might be a terrible idea. I'm probably gonna have to flip some of these guys around a little bit to make it work, but I'm willing to give that a shot. I'm also wanting to bulldoze these walls in here because we don't really need them. I'm gonna have to lay this out a little bit differently, I'm sure, but for the time being, we'll keep it nice and open like that. And then I suppose while we're waiting for it to build as well, what we can do is go and place some sidewalks. So some sidewalks across here will be fantastic. We can do some sidewalks kind of down here. We can do some sidewalks, I guess, out to here and down to here as well. And then exactly the same thing over on this side as well, sort of looping around like that. Should be absolutely perfect. We can also do some in here just to give us a little bit of space for those guys to walk around and sort of do their thing as well. So all the way up there. And then of course, some crosswalks as well. So right about there, right about there. We can probably do a crosswalk right about here and a crosswalk right about there. And that should keep us pretty good. That should be about all the crosswalks and sidewalks that we're going to be needing. We also have a bit of room for some decoration in here, which is always good. I love a little bit of decoration. I'm going to be honest. I can do some trees in there if I wanted to. I can do some hedges if I wanted to, which have to be on the sidewalk, which is kind of annoying. But I'm going to be honest. I kind of want to do some hedges. So let me very quickly go and get myself some sidewalks. Just right about there, 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 and there. We'll do the same on this lower section as well. And then I can place some hedges on that and make it look nice. And that's going to be important for the airport as well. It has to look presentable. It has to look presentable. And I guess while we're waiting for that to happen, we'll do some doors in all of the usual spots. So right about there, we'll get a door right up there as well. We'll get a door right down here as well. And that's probably good enough. I mean, I don't love that it's a very, very flat looking building right now, but it's, it'll do. It's a work in progress, you know? It's a work in progress. We'll get some nice big windows on the front here as well, just so it's a really pleasant looking, I guess pleasant looking is a way to describe it. A nice pleasant looking building, right? Just a whole bunch of glass. That's the definition of that's the definition of a pleasant looking building. A whole bunch of glass. There we go. So that'll be great. I think we can get a small one in the middle there as well. And I think that will actually look really cool, to be honest. I think that's going to look pretty decent. Same with the hedges out front. Get those just looping around these little sections of grass right here. That'll look pretty decent. And can I do lighting? Is that a thing I can do? Is that an infrastructure? I'm sure it's in here somewhere. I don't know which category lighting's necessarily going to be in, but I'm pretty sure I can place street lights. I'm almost certain that's a thing in this game. I've genuinely got no idea. I really, for the life of me, don't remember. So I guess it's whatever. It's fine. We have all this though. This looks pretty good. This is a good little start. The only thing I need to do is I need to go to each of these and flip the vehicle access side so that the vehicles are entering from the side that the traffic's coming from. So the entire way across here, flip all of these guys around just like so. The buses actually look like they're already good, so that's fantastic news. And so we'll see how that plays out. We'll see if that ends up being a good little setup right there. What's the next thing we need to do though? Open the heat map panel and have a look at where passengers and employees can walk. How do I open the heat map panel? I actually have no idea. I have no idea. It's this apparently. So what am I looking at? I'm looking at walkable area. Okay. So that's fine. That's what we're looking for is the walkable area. That's fantastic. Now we have the basic passenger flow configured, and soon the terminal will be buzzing with life. But before that, let's take care of your future staff. Drag out a staff room. Okay. So we can totally do that. Let's turn this heat map off because it's kind of blinding. And I suppose in terms of a staff room, I kind of want to do 2 of them. I think 2 staff rooms would be kind of a fantastic idea. So we'll go to zones and rooms. We'll go to staff room and we'll just do, I think like a little 11 by 11 or maybe 10 by 10 corner right about there would be kind of solid. And I think we can kind of do the same thing here, a little 10 by 10 thing there. And if we go to staff and we go to office desks, we're going to have to place a good amount of these things. Because that is, that is basically how these rooms kind of work. So we'll do something like this. We'll go ahead and do a little something like this. And we'll kind of just dot these around a little bit. This will actually be a decent enough little layout, I think. I'm also fairly sure I can put couches in here. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know if my staff actually use them, but I think we'll do something like that. And then just outline this with some walls, just like so. And we can place maybe a little medium door right there. And that seems like a good little staff room. I like that a lot. We'll do exactly the same thing at this end. So just some walls sort of dotted around like so. We'll go to staff, we'll go to the desks, and basically 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another 4 sort of back to back with those. Then that one kind of needs to go away. So no, don't delete the room. I just want to delete the thing. Back to the staff category, back to the desks, and we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. With that was in the wrong spot right there again. I keep doing that. I keep getting a little bit carried away. I'm clicking a little bit too soon, but it's fine. We'll just go ahead and get this guy down here, and we'll get some nice modern couches just there and there. And that should be good. That should be everything we need for the 2 staff rooms. And they're a little bit out of the way. They're a little bit far away from where everything else is going to be, but that's probably fine. I'm giving myself plenty of space to potentially expand this well, not expand the airport, but have a pretty good duty-free space is kind of what I'm thinking of. Now, we need to decorate my terminal by putting in some new floors. So I think that's in here. I think the staff room, honestly, let's go for like a fancy kind of like a darker floor, I think, for the staff rooms. I don't know if I love it. It's not the prettiest looking. It's not that great, but I think that's kind of what we're going to go for the time being. And so that should be fine. Now, before we can accept commercial airlines and handle their passengers, we need a commercial license. Let's set up office spaces in the staff room for the airport's administrators to work in R&D. So we need to hire at least 2 administrators. They will work on R&D projects and unlock new objects and systems. So we want to go to here, go to the staff tab, and go to applicants. And we're going to be looking for administrators. Now we have got some choices. We can go for regular administrators, or we can go for a chief financial officer or janitors. There's a bunch of different employees that we can get here. But what we'll do is just follow the tutorial. And so we're going to hire Doran right here. His skill is fantastic. And let's see, let's go for people that only have decent skill here. I think we'll go for Nick here as well, since their skill is pretty solid. And now we need to start the commercial license project in the R&D tab. So back to operations, into R&D, start the project, commercial license. It's going to take 3 hours. And what this will do is it will unlock commercial airline contracts, commercial runways and aircraft stands, It gives us check-in desks, security checkpoints, security exits, boarding desks, information screens, and aircraft hangars. We also get new employee types that will handle all of the passengers and those planes. It will give us new R&D projects as well. It's very exciting. Very, very exciting. Very keen to get going with some commercial stuff here. So we need to complete the project commercial license by assigning my admins to said project. So we'll go ahead and put 2 admins on this. We can actually have up to 5 administrators working on this. So let's, I suppose, get ourselves another administrator. And let's go ahead and put that other administrator on the project as well. I think it will be 3 hours to complete this with 5 administrators. So it's going to take a little bit longer because we only have 3. But it's not the end of the world. It's by no means the end of the world. We have the 3 admins in here already kind of doing their thing, which is absolutely fantastic. And I'm pretty sure, wait, one of these has to be me. So that's Otto. One of these guys over here has to be me then. Hold on a minute. Is that me? That's me. Yeah. It looks just like me. Looks just like, I also really need the bathroom apparently. Ooh. Okay, that's a little something we should probably do. I don't know if the game is going to tell me to build bathrooms at any point. I would imagine it will. But I think it might be a good idea just to sort of do that a little bit sooner than later. Let me also have a look at this. So toilet stalls are sort of a 1x2. Urinals are a 1x1. Sinks are like that. So I could probably get away with a little bathroom being sort of this size right here. This might be a little bit small. But my thinking is that what I can do is just sort of line this wall with a bunch of toilets. It's not exactly, again, it's not luxurious, but it'll do the job. I'm going to do a bunch of sinks right about there. I don't know if this is going to keep people clean. I don't know if they need hand dryers. They're not getting hand dryers, so, you know, they can live with that, I guess. And then what we'll do is this, and that'll be a toilet. And then we'll go and do exactly the same thing down here. So we'll do this space here. We'll do some toilets kind of dotted right along this wall. We'll do some sinks on this side as well. And let's be honest, right? I'm going to ask for honesty in the comments of this video, right? Honest question. And you know what? I'm committing to this bit. Honest question. How many of you actually use a hand dryer? Like here's the deal, right? You go into an airport bathroom or any bathroom in any like commercial property and you're like, you know, you do what you got to do. You got to wash your hands, right? Do you go to the hand dryer and stand there sort of waving your hands around? Cause you never really know what you need to do, right? You kind of like, you make the motions as if you're washing your hands, except you're not, you're drying them, but you do the same motions underneath the hand dryer. Do you go to the hand dryer or do you do the actual, you know, the power move and just sort of wipe your hands and your jeans or your jacket or the real power move? You just put your hands in your pockets and you dry your hands inside your pockets. I'm fairly confident in saying that I know what the answers are going to be, but I'm just saying that is the power move. Is the real power move is the hands in the pockets. That's that's the way to do it. Anyway, let's have a look at this project. We're almost done, which is fantastic. We should have my construction workers going and working on some toilets there, but apparently, oh no, there they go. All right. So wait, where do we actually get, deliveries around here? Oh, we get them in here. I forgot about that. Okay, great. Now, when the outside is built, we should focus on the inside. Passengers will first enter the terminal where they can check into their flights. They must then pass a security checkpoint in order to enter the secure perimeter of the terminal. Once the flight arrives, they will go to the aircraft via a boarding desk. Passengers arriving at your airport must pass a security exit before they can leave the terminal and claim any bags. And then down here, green arrow is departing passengers, red arrow is arriving passengers. So we need to place at least 2 small check-in desks. Interesting. Okay, so here's my thinking. We need to go and get some check-in desks. Do we have large ones? Can I place? No, I can only place the small ones. Okay. That's frustrating. That is definitely frustrating, but that is also fair enough. Let's go and do... I'm going to place 8 of them. I'm going to do 4 right there, and I'm going to do 4 right about there as well, and that'll be fine. So now we need to zone a suitable part of the terminal as secure. Make sure the check-in desks are not inside of the secure zone. So the secure zone for this terminal is basically going to be all of this, I want to say. That's kind of going to be our departures area. And then we need to place security checkpoints. So my thinking on this is relatively simple. So security checkpoints, we have these small ones, and they need to be sort of across here. So I don't necessarily want massive queues for security in all of this space, but what we'll try and do is something like this, I think will be fine. In fact, if I just go and, yeah, that should be okay. Let me go to security checkpoints and let me do 1, 2, 1, 2. Can I leave a gap like this? And can I dot these across here? Oh, I don't like this layout at all. All right, let me get rid of you. Let me go to security and security checkpoints and do this. And that'll give us some gaps, and that's okay. I don't really mind that. What we can do is put some hedges in there so it looks intentional. It looks decorative. And then I can just do some queues sort of down here, and that'll be fine. But what I'm thinking is that the way this is going to have to work is basically a wall that sort of goes straight over there and a wall that sort of goes straight over here. And actually, we can probably extend this a little bit further. So if I do this instead, and I do, I guess, oh, hold on a minute. Is that a bit too small? No, I think we want this to be here instead. So let me just delete you, and that'll be all right. We'll come over to this side. We'll do sort of exactly the same thing right to about there. Bring this guy over to here, and bring this guy sort of down to here. And that kind of gives us room for some shops and some different things in there, which is kind of what I'm looking for. And then for the rest of this, I don't expect these queues to be enormous. I'm going to be completely honest. I really don't. But I'm going to bring this down so I have a little bit of space. And what I want to do, I guess, is bring this to here, bring this across, bring this to here, and that'll be some openings for this security space. I guess that's the way it's going to work. And then for these guys here, I kind of like the idea of these guys being sort of enclosed as well. They don't need to be enclosed. They don't need to be perfectly enclosed. But I like the idea that they're going to be, you know, partially kind of enclosed. They're their own little thing. And then maybe what we can do is extend some decorations down here as well. So just some hedges kind of at the sides of the check-in desks. We'll have some nice kind of long queues coming down here as well. And that should be fine. We can maybe do, I don't know, some hedges there. I don't really know if it matters too much. We'll just leave that open for now, I guess. And we can have a bunch of seating out here as well. It'll be great. We could potentially do some bathrooms back here as well. We do actually have the space for it. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is go ahead and say bathroom. Let's do a little 10 by 4 right there should be perfectly fine. So a little 10 by 4 there as well. We'll do some toilets sort of on that back wall right about there. And we'll do exactly the same thing on this wall as well. We can go ahead and do some sinks down here as well, so that we have plenty of places for people to, you know, wash their hands and then shove their hands into their pockets because they don't want to try them. And that'll be great. So we'll bring this around. We'll go ahead and do the same thing over on this side as well. We can go ahead and get ourselves a regular little door right there and right about there. And we can also go ahead and get ourselves some tiles underneath all of this as well. So it's nicely laid out. There we go. And then just go ahead and open both of the bathrooms. So that'll be good. That's a good looking layout, if I do say so myself. I think that's pretty solid. I really do. I think that's pretty solid. Now, the issue is that I've ever so slightly forgotten about the fact that people need to be able to exit the airport. I have slightly forgotten about that. So let's have a look. How does a security exit work? So the security exit, security exit could kind of go here. Oh, I like this idea. Hold on a second. Here's what we're going to do. So a wall right there, and a wall right there, a wall right there, and a wall right there. And then what I need to do is I need to go and bulldoze those little bits, and I need to bulldoze those little bits. Then what I can do is go to security and go and designate this all as a secure zone. We can designate this as a secure zone as well, and then security exits go just like that. So we have a couple of them, and I think that'll be kind of cool. I'm also very tempted to do the same thing up here. I think that would be a pretty good spot for one as well. So you can kind of get off a plane up here and go straight out, or you can get off a plane here and go to either of these two. I think having the option to kind of get out of this airport in a couple of different spots is going to be really, really good. So let's take a look at this security exit. It is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want to go and do 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to go to this side and we want to go and do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just bulldoze that section of wall. We want to bulldoze that section of wall, and then just extend the security zones into those spaces. So just like so. I need that little bit of wall to go away as well. I'm going to need all of those little sections of wall to go away, and just extend down there, extend it through there, and then security exit right here. And I'm thinking right here as well. And that should be kind of solid. That seems like a good way to get people sort of out of that section of the airport. I like that a lot. So now what we need to do is place a boarding desk near each stand adjacent to the terminal building and wait for them to be built. That's not going to be too tricky, but I'm going to build new stands is what I'm going to do. I'm going to build some new aircraft stands because we do have the space for it. Now, the only issue here is that we are going to have passengers that need to walk a bit of a distance to get to them. But what we can do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I could put a 6th one in there if I really wanted to. I don't really want to though, so I'm not going to, but I could if I wanted to put a 6th one in there. We'll go ahead and extend this across the way we usually do. And then what we need to do, I think, is go and place, if I'm not mistaken, some sidewalks. I think that's kind of the next step, and I can never remember what category. There it is. So the sidewalks are going to have to be, basically this entire space is going to need to be paved. Or the alternative is we just do these sort of straight shots out to the crossings, which I don't hate the idea of doing this. I think maybe this is the way we do it. We'll save a little bit of money only paving the parts that are essential. And it might look a little bit more interesting. It might look a little bit more official. You've got this, paved section leading right to your plane. So we'll do that sort of thing. And then I guess we need doors. That's going to be the next big deal, is getting some, I'm going to say large doors. I think large doors for these will be fair enough. We could go medium. They're only going to be small planes, but we'll give it a shot and go with the large doors anyway. So a whole bunch of those just dotted across here. I would like to get some windows in here as well, although I can't get them central, which is slightly disappointing. So we'll go ahead and just sort of dot them around like this. Now we'll just place them, a whole bunch of them. I think I can get the small windows in between these guys. So I am going to have my wall of glass, which that obviously makes me kind of happy. So a nice wall of glass along the back of the terminal in the departures space. We'll get this smaller window. Have I got those backwards? I don't think I do have them backwards. I really hope I haven't just placed all of those windows backwards. I don't think I did, but there's a non-zero chance. There is a non-zero chance that I have done that. And I'm really, really hoping I haven't, but we'll see. Let's also just go for some nice large windows right here in the middle as well. Can I get these guys central? I absolutely can. I can get some small ones on either side as well, right about there. And that looks pretty solid. I think that's going to be good. The only other thing I think I need to do is extend the secure space along each of these stretches of sidewalk. And that's going to let people get out to the aircraft stands. And now that that's all done, as well as some seating being placed, we can go ahead and place a boarding desk near each stand adjacent to the terminal building. So we need to go into desks. We need to go to boarding desk, and we have the small one right here. And I guess the way this can go ahead and work is, I suppose, a boarding desk right about there, a boarding desk right about there, there, and there. And then exactly the same thing just at this end of the terminal as well. Queues for these guys can be relatively short. Same way with the queues on the security things are relatively short. The queues on the check-in desks are relatively short. Basically, there's no need to go crazy on super long queues for these things because they just aren't going to have super long queues. At least, hopefully, they're not going to have super long queues. I would sincerely hope that they're not going to have super long queues. If they do, it's going to be a bit of a pickle, is what that's going to be. It's definitely going to be a bit of a pickle. I'm also sort of keenly aware that setting up all of these stands here, are these guys open for general aviation? I don't know if they are. It's, yeah, so that's currently, that's now no longer general aviation. So I need to go to all of these guys and set them all up to function for regular lines. Cannot update, well, oh God, there's an aircraft on the stand already. I knew that was going to happen. So we should have a plane. We have a plane coming in here, which is going to be a bit of a problem. This is arrivals, departures. Neat. So that's already connected. That's kind of cool. Can I connect you to a stand? I've got no idea. So what do you do? Connect to stand, this one. And then what are you complaining about? Arrival runway not connected, departure runway not connected. Does this guy have to be, ooh, let me just fix you to start with and also allow commercial flights. So now that that's done, this guy's technically now functional. The new staff room looks really nice, but it seems empty. Let's hire some friendly staff for your airport so that they'll be ready once the first passengers arrive. Hire 4 passenger service agents. We'll do that in a second. What I want to do is I kind of want to get all of these guys connected together. So let's have a look at some applicants here. Let's extend this a little bit, and we're looking for passenger service agents. We need 4 of them. We have 4 right here. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. We need security officers as well. We need 4 of them. We're going to have to go a little bit wider on skill here. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4. We need 4 ramp agents as well. We'll actually get a 5th security officer because we can. Same with passenger service agents as well. 1 and 2 of those. So what was it? We needed ramp agents. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll reject these 2 because I'm not really too interested in getting those guys. And let's just have a look at passengers again. 1, 2, 3. We'll get a few of them just to make sure that we're good. Security, again, we'll get a few extra. And ramp agents, 1, 2, 3, just to be sure. So we should have a bunch of staff coming in here. It looks like this security checkpoint might need someone. There we go. So now that's all sorted. We have functioning security, which is pretty cool. We now need to enable ramp agent service. So looking into the control panel, we want to turn that on. And now we're finally ready to accept the first commercial flight and greet some passengers. First off, we need to sign a master contract with an airline. Then the airline will offer flights that we can schedule in our flight planner. So let's go to economy, offered contracts, and see what we have. We have quite a few things going on here, which is kind of interesting. That's kind of really, really exciting. This is my negotiation points as well. Interesting. Okay, so accept an airline master contract. Let's have a look at airlines. We've got Trinity, we've got Stripe Air, we've got Goose Wings, we've got Coast to Coast, Nordic Vintage. Aren't the vintage lines, if I remember right, I think that was like a little expansion that added some vintage looking planes. I'm actually gonna go with the vintage ones. Let's go Maple Vintage, OK Air Vintage, Nordic Vintage, and we'll stick with the 3 airlines for now. But now what we need to do is open the flight planner and see what exactly we can do. So open the flight planner and click on the airline name on the left to see the flights that they currently offer. To schedule a flight, drag it into the flight planner. All right, so we have these guys. We have, can I auto plan things? I cannot. Requires a COO and CIO. We're gonna have to get some of those, but for now, let's look at Monday, which is tomorrow, and let's see what we can do. So we have a flight right here. What we'll do is have it come in nice and early, 5:05 in the morning, seems perfectly fine. We'll look at these guys. And honestly, I'm inclined to say, so 5:05, let's say 5:35, let's say 6:05, and then back. And then for these guys, they've offered nothing. That's okay though. We've got 3 flights due to come in. If I wanted to, I could go and grab some more contracts, which I'm kind of inclined to do. Let's get Havana. Let's get Trinity Aviation as well. And let's see if that's going to be any better for me. We actually do have some flights from these guys. So we'll go to Monday again. So what was this one? This was 6:05. It's landing. So let's do 6:35 for the next one. And then 7:05 for the next one. And that's now 5 flights that are going to be coming in, which is perfect. And they're all taking off at different times. Yes, the runway is going to be kind of busy, but that works for me. That's going to be a whole bunch of flights coming in. That means that people are going to be using the airport. It's going to be kind of exciting. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'm actually really, really looking forward to it. I'm hoping we're going to see some good things here. And I suppose to celebrate, let's do some kind of decoration here. Let's go for, I don't know, some nice plants just at the ends of the hedges there. That's how we celebrate at Belfast International or Belfast City Airport. I don't know what I've called it. I've completely forgotten. We'll do a little bit of this here just to make it look a little bit different. And then I think through security, what we can maybe do is, I don't know, throw down some nice concrete tiles, I think, for security right about there. And then we'll just, I don't know, we'll extend that up to here. We'll do maybe a strip of sort of this nice black marble across there, and that'll be fine. That's how we're gonna do things. It looks whatever. I've also realized that there's no toilets in the departures area. We're gonna have to work on that. We're absolutely gonna have to work on that. But I'm excited nonetheless. If we have a look here, we should have some flights coming in shortly. We'll have the first flights at the airport, which is really, really cool. I'm actually really excited about this. And now we have to just sit back and wait for the scheduled flight and passengers to arrive and depart. You can view more details of your flights from the Flight Monitor shortcut G. So that's this right here. We actually have some passengers showing up. I'm slightly concerned that there doesn't seem to be anyone to check them in right now. Oh no, there we go. We have someone sitting chilling. Not bad. We have them. Oh, there we go. There it is. There's the first set of passengers going through security as well, taking their bags through. That's really cool. We have a functional airport now. We have a functional airport. Not bad. That is not bad at all. I'm actually really quite pleased about that. I'm really quite pleased about that. Let me get some trash cans in here just to make sure they're not throwing garbage absolutely everywhere. And can I also, oh, this is where the street lights are. Oh, not bad. All right, so if I wanted to, I could throw some street lights just sort of out here to brighten the place up a little bit. I don't hate the idea of doing that. I'm gonna be honest. We'll do some street lights. Maybe we get rid of that one because that's not where I wanted it to be. Let me go back to terminal. Let me go back to you, grab you and put you in that corner, put you in that corner and you in that corner, just to brighten the place up a little bit. I'm also pretty sure you can get, yeah, there's vending machines. Those would be quite useful as well. I don't for the life of me remember where you get, flight info displays. That's what I'm looking for right there. So one right about there. And I think one maybe right about here and right about here would be a good idea. And then maybe sort of in the fronts of these little sections as well would be a good spot for some info displays. Right in front of those guys as well would be a good spot for them. And right down here, and then right down here as well. And that should keep us pretty good. So I think we've managed to have our first flights do their thing. I think we've had some flights come and go, which is beautiful. My runway's broken. Let's repair that so it gets working again. And I don't know if that is general aviation or what that is. I really have no idea. I think, yeah, that was general. This is a Trinity one though. So that's coming through. It's pulling up. There's a bunch of passengers getting off the flight. That's kind of cool. Then they just go straight out of here. And then these guys are supposed to be getting on the plane at some point. I've got no idea where the passenger service agent is, but they're definitely supposed to be getting on board that plane. There we go. There's the passenger service agent. There they go, straight out, doing their thing, all getting on board the plane. Not really a queue to be seen, but that's fine. Let's have a look. So sit back and wait for, yeah, I've already done this. I've already sat back and waited for my passengers to arrive and depart. I'm not really too sure why it's still telling me to do that, but that's fine. That is totally cool. There it goes. Not bad. Turn around another 5 commercial flights. We can totally do that. Although, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to leave it there for today. We've made some pretty solid progress here. We have a commercial airport up and running. We have check-in. We have security. We have departures. We're going to need to get some shops. we're going to need to get some services. And we're going to need to make a lot of money because we have spent $2.2 million constructing this entire thing. So we need money. We definitely need to be making money, but we'll get there and everything will be okay. But for now, thank you so much for watching, everybody. It has been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.